It's called Seasons. So this EP, it's okay, right. So it's 5 tracks, and it's basically the way that I have been describing it is that it's basically 5 different seasons of a relationship, and that can be any relationship. And this was just my little take on it, and it kind of starts. So it starts, and I guess it's like the first track is all about like your first meeting and not knowing how to be with each other, and like just kind of like laying down the law quite quickly, like with how you are going to be with each other. The second tune basically goes into the honeymoon phase where you're really happy and you don't want to be apart, and it's that nice part. And then the third season, which I wrote about, was all about somebody basically surprising you, because I guess for me it was like I've been in a few, not really relationships, more like situationships, where I've kind of thought something of somebody, and then later on down the line they've kind of done something and I've been like, oh, I didn't think that you were going to do that. So there's that, and then there's the 4th season, which is like, it's kind of me, it's one of my favourite songs that I've written. It's kind of me saying, you know, if you ask me to stay with you, then I'll stay, but if you don't, then I need to go. And then the 5th season, and it ends on kind of, I guess it's like a bad note, but I love the song and it feels kind of happy and chirpy. It's basically saying, you know, this is over, but it's fine, and we're going to move on, and it's all going to be good. Wale had shared it a couple times, and I was like, okay, this is amazing. I don't know what's going on, but then he kept sharing it, and then I think I followed him back straight after, and I tweeted him, private messaged him, and I was like, hey, this is sick. And then he DM'd me back, basically with like the googly eyes, like the, right? And I was like, what are you gonna do? And then it dropped, and I was like, whoa. But he kind of hinted at it, but I didn't know that he was gonna do it. And then it dropped, and it's sick. I grew up on R&B, and I think that's part of it. And I think for me, it's like, I feel like things always come around. I mean, you see it in fashion, you see it in music, you see it in everything. It's like we do a full circle. And I guess I never truly believed that R&B was dead. I always heard people saying it, and I was like, is it? I still listen to it all the time. But I guess for me, when something is amazing, no matter how long it takes, it's always going to come to surface. Do you know what I mean? And I've always thought that about talent, and just, I think that's what always kept me going when I felt like no one was listening to my music, because I was like, no, but I believe that I'm good, and I believe that at some point it's going to surface. And there's some really amazing R&B artists out right now, and I just think I think it's super exciting. I feel like I'm part of the wave, and so I'm just going to ride it. I've been a fan of LMA for like 3 or 4 years now. Like, I think she is amazing, and I'm so happy with her success. Like, it's really nice to be able to look at an artist and say, I'm really enjoying watching you shine. And with her, I have that, and I think, you know, and she's from the UK, so we're all kind of at home just kind of rooting for her, but there's a lot of really amazing artists, and I love how everybody feels like they're doing it slightly differently. I'm a huge fan of her, H.E.R. I love her. I think she, like, I play her album every single day. I love Daniel Caesar. There's IMDb coming out of the UK. She's doing a whole new wave. It's like, I feel like everybody's taking it and just making it their own, and but yet still staying true to the history of R&B. And I think it's really lovely.